Does the new Agent Venom have reused parts? How does he scale with 6-inch scale, 1/12 scale, and 7-inch scale figures? Welcome back to the channel and thank you for checking out my review of the new Hasbro Marvel Legends Agent Venom from the 2025 Spider-Man Retro Wave. This has to be one of the best head sculpts of the year. He looks like Harvey Dent in the Nolan Batman movies. Power of X-Men mentions some Toy Biz figures are in the likeness of famous actors. Hasbro must have modeled this after the actor Aaron Eckhart, who plays Harvey Dent in the Batman movies. Side by side with the art of Avalon Medina, the hairstyle is spot on. And the figure looks like Flash Thompson from the 2011 Venom comics. Flash has long, blonde hair with some dark wash to highlight the strands of his hair. Comic book accurate blue eyes. The chin does resemble the actor Aaron Eckhart. The neck piece is not removable. It is part of the upper torso that looks like brand new. The spikes on his shoulder pads are not sharp that it can cut you. It is attached to the shoulder and it does follow the movement of the arm. So if you swivel it, it just goes upside down. How the shoulder pads are attached to the figure is similar to how Hasbro did it for Wolverine and Apocalypse. Nicely sculpted lines on his arms, well-detailed spiky armor for his forearms. The figure is black plastic and all the white details are painted on. So far, I am surprised how Hasbro has started sculpting the costume details of comic book figures. The spider logo is sculpted on with some smudge on his abs. The smudge is not noticeable from afar, and it's alright because when you crunch his torso, it might cover it. When you crunch backwards, you can see that Hasbro painted the logo inside, which is a good thing. From the back, it's the same thing. When you crunch forward, you can see that the logo continues inside. The pouches for his belt continues to the back. Nicely sculpted detail. There is no waist swivel hidden underneath the belt. Hasbro sculpted the shape of the belt on the waist so that the belt would stay in place. The button of the pouches does not have any painted detail, but the buckle is painted silver. The straps on his thighs are sculpted on and glued on. It seems to be a separate piece that was glued on. All of the white painted details on this thigh is sculpted on. Hasbro did not just simply paint it. The boots are well sculpted as well with some spikes. It's not sharp at all. He doesn't have a hidden lower cap swivel. There is an armor-like guard for his ankle. That is a separate piece. Underneath the boots, peg hole, product number, and trademark. For accessories, he comes with a pair of closed fist hands. It seems Hasbro is spoiling us because this set of hands looks brand new. These hands can hinge forward and back. For black suit Spider-Mans and Venom, usually the white square on his fist would be just painted on, but this one is painted and sculpted on. He comes with a pair of open palm expressive hands with sharp fingernails. This is appropriate for Venom. These hands can hinge forward and back. The forearm armor limits the hinging of the hands backwards. Similar to the closed fist hands, those white rectangular shape on his hands are sculpted on. Nicely done by Hasbro. There are no paint smudges. It looks alright. The last pair of hands that brings the grand total to 6 is a pair of weapon holding hands. Appropriately, this pair of hands can hinge up and down. Unlike the other hands that can hinge forward and back, the forearm armor does not hinder the articulation of these hands. The rectangular shape on his hands are sculpted on and painted really well, though there are some small scratch marks. The weapon holding hands are the one you use to hold his two firearms. One is a longer one, it's just plain matte black plastic. The sculpted details are not painted on. The small rifle is also plain black plastic. This firearms looks familiar because these are the only parts that seem to be reused for the new Agent Venom action figure. The small rifle has a holster on his left leg. You can simply slide it on. It has a black leather-like feel. The alternate head has a mask with white eyes sculpted on. It can articulate really well, can look up and look down that much. He can tilt his head really well without any hindrance, unlike the other one which has hair. It can do a full 360 without any hair hindering it. With the new body sculpt and parts of Agent Venom, I do not mind the reuse of the weapons. Is this review helpful so far? If it is, hope you give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends. For places where the figures in this review might still be available, I left some links in the description below. Thanks to Slide Effects for the yellow fire effects. Link in the description below.
I'm Juggernaut!
For Agent Venom, the weapons are a reuse. Just recently, I reviewed from the same Spider-Man Retro Wave Chameleon, and he has the same exact weapons, but there is a painted detail. So does Blue Deadpool and Mystique from the X-Men animated series Wave. Side by side, you can see that these are the exact same weapons in different color plastics. The new Hasbro Marvel Legends Agent Venom from the Spider-Man Retro Wave stands 15.8 cm or 6.2 inches with the mask on. The Flash Thompson head has thicker hair, so he measures at 16 cm or 6.3 inches tall. According to Marvel.com, Flash stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. For this size comparison, I will use the Flash Thompson head because it makes the figure taller. 6-inch scale Hasbro Marvel Legends size comparison, beginning with figures I recently reviewed. From the Nemesis Build-A-Figure Wave, Extreme X-Men Wolverine, and Fabian Cortez. From the same Spider-Man Retro Wave Chameleon, which shares the same set of weapons as Agent Venom. And from the Strange Tales Wave, Count Dracula. Initially, I thought Count Dracula and Agent Venom share same parts, but they are uniquely different. From the Venom Full Wave, just to show how Agent Venom stands besides teenage-sized figures, we have Venomized Miles Morales and Venomized Spider-Gwen. Also from the Venom Full Wave, Carnage and Paige. From the Renew Your Vows 2-pack, Spider-Man and Spinneret. From the Hasbro Marvel Legends Secret Wars Wave, slightly shorter versions of the characters Spider-Man and Wolverine. War of the Marvels, celebrating 85 years of Marvel, Warbird, and Dark Avengers Warbird or Moonstone. From the Spider-Man Retro Wave 2, Symbiote Suit Spider-Man, and from the Venom Full Wave, Movie Venom. Spider-Man Retro Wave exclusives, Target exclusive Carnage, and the Walmart exclusive Venom. Sasquatch Wave Venom, and the Venom Full Build-A-Figure. 1/12 size comparison, beginning with Medicom Toy Mafex, Jean Grey as Phoenix, and X-Men Blue Team member Psylocke. Another X-Men Blue Team member, Brown Costume Wolverine, and the new Medicom Toy Mafex Daredevil. 6-inch scale loose collector ladies, Darna, Philippines version of Wonder Woman, and Coppin Comics Supernatural Punisher, La Muerta. 6-inch scale Cheetah Toy Street Fighters, Cammy White, and the SDCC exclusive Flare 2 Pink Chun-Li. Ken Masters and Dalsim Cheetah Toys. 6-inch scale versus 7-inch scale size comparison. The 6-inch scale Hasbro Marvel Legend Rogue from the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave, and the 7-inch scale Diamond Select Toys Marvel Select Rogue. 6-inch scale Hasbro Marvel Legends Sabretooth from the 50th anniversary of Wolverine 2-pack, and the 7-inch scale Diamond Select Toys Marvel Select Sabretooth. 6-inch scale Hasbro Marvel Legends Hulk from the Celebrating 80 Years of Marvel wave, and the 7-inch scale Diamond Select Toys Marvel Select Immortal Hulk or the Rampaging Hulk. For packaging, the figure comes in the modern look of the Spider-Man retro card back packaging. You can see the figure and all of its accessory. On the side is art by Ryan Stegman. On the back is a product shot of the figure. Here is a short read up. Pause it right now if you want to have a read. Here are the other figures part of this new 2025 Spider-Man Retro Wave. Warning, legalities, and the barcode. For articulation, his head can move from side to side easily. He can look up that much with some hindrance because of his long hair. He can look down that much. He can tilt his head. His arms can extend that far with some hindrance because of the shoulder pad. He does not have a butterfly joint. He can do a full 360 right here. He has a bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows right here with some spikes there. Wrist can swivel and can hinge up and down for this weapon holding hand. He has an upper torso swivel. He can crunch forward that much, and he can also crunch backward that far, not that much because of his thick armor. He does not have a waist swivel hidden underneath the belt. He can do a split. He has an upper thigh swivel. When the gun is in the holster, it's hard to do a 360. He can kick forward that much. He can kick backwards with his double jointed pinless knees. He does not have a hidden lower calf swivel. He has an ankle rocker for his feet, and it's not hindered by that thing. He can hinge his feet forward and back. My final thoughts on the new Hasbro Marvel Legends Agent Venom from the 2025 Spider-Man Retro Wave. So far this year, I am surprised how Hasbro started sculpting the costume detail of comic book figures. Usually Venom or black suit Spider-Mans would just have white painted lines. Agent Venom is extra special because not only are there white painted lines, but they are sculpted on, and there is a lot of sculpted details for the rest of his armored costume. Do I recommend this figure? If you are a Spider-Man or Venom collector, this is a must-add to your collection. If you are a casual Marvel Legends collector, I would still recommend this figure because the character is Venom, and Venom is very popular and a bankable character. I reviewed several Spider-Man retro action figures, and I created a playlist right here on the top right corner of your screen. Hope you check it out. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this review useful, and if you like the quality of my review, hope you give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends. Stay safe and hope to see you on the next one.